let's get now in actual real-time testing where we have to actually test events that happen in our applications. Our applications are just not text rendering on the browser, but they're events like clicking buttons or having inputs. So how we can test these things? So let's go back again to our React testing library and let's try test some events. And in the example I created now, we have a simple counter component, the default one we have always in the demos online. So basically all what we have here is just a text, and if I refresh, so it have my count is, and then we have 0, that's my first number, and we have a button that if you click it will increment this counter by 1. So if I click here it become 1, if I click it again it become 2. So let's get this one tested. To save some of your precious time, I already write the code here and we will go through it line by line. So what I have done here, as we did before, I just imported the render from the React testing library. The new thing we have now is the user event. So that's the one we will use to trigger the click event, like the actual one we did on the browser. We will mock it here in our test and trigger it using this event here. And we import our counter function from our counter component, which is very simple. We just have a text, we have our count, which is state, we are displaying it here, and we have a button with click function that if you go here and you click it, all what it does is just increment our count by 1, and that should show up again in here. So let's go back to our test file. So the first thing we want to do, what we did before, is just make sure our component is displaying initially properly as expected. So that's when counter render initially. And what we have here, for example, we tested that it's displaying the actual text. So my count is, and it will be first time 0. So I'm querying by text and I'm expecting that to be true. Okay, it should be there in my document. And the second small test I did is that the text for my button exists. So I want to make sure that I have my button here. Okay. And all what I'm doing, I'm just checking that text exists. And that it should be true as well. And I will close this one. This is a simple renderer. And now let's move on our actual event. So when button is clicked. So what I'm expecting is that I should display the new counter text with the new value. Okay, so again, I'm rendering my counter, I'm getting the query by text from it, and then I'm having my button, which I know it have this text. So I'm finding my button with the trigger me up text. Okay, so this is our magic where it happens. So in the lane 27, all what we are doing, we're calling that user event that we imported from React testing library, and we're showing .click and passing my button. So basically I'm saying mock for me the click of this button. Okay, so we know if we click the button once, it should increment my count and become 1. So I should find the text, my count is 1. Okay, and of course the user can click many times like I did visually. So I'm double checking again. So I'm saying, okay, click again, mock for me another click. So I'm saying again await, so wait until this event is fired. So mock for me the click on this button again. I'm expecting I have another text, which is my count is 2, and I'm expecting this one to be truly. Okay, and let's come to our terminal. All right, npm run test, and let's see if we get everything right. And yes, everything passed.